Hello, my beautiful collective singles. Happy weekend to you, my friends. Said I come by with another reading for you, and here I am. For the singles collective, this is not for your energy, it's for everybody's energy. So whoever might log in here, this may resonate with you, it may not. This is one reading for all of the singles. I'll let you know what's coming up in terms of signs and symbols and what's going on here if you are not accustomed to reading tarot yourself, and you can decide if this is your reading. Put on your intuitive hat. You're going to need to know, going to have to feel it with your gut. All right, because really, if you're at tarot and you don't have an intuition, that is the danger zone. Please, if you don't follow your intuition, tarot's not for you. But I hope that this reading is. Let's take a look here. Tell me about it. Look at the singles. Tell me about the singles, please. The singles collective. What's coming up for the singles collective? Well, everything fell to the floor, but it brought up a karmic relationship. I'm just going to leave those ones on the floor. We clearly didn't need them anyway. We, for some of you, are talking about a karmic relationship. We have card number 24, which is a 6. I think that somebody here that I'm reading about is in a karmic relationship or has been giving a lot of reciprocal energy to one. We have card number 24, which is a 6, and it feels like somebody here has been giving energy, and it feels like you need to check in with your source, or I want to say with this karmic relationship that you are the source of the happiness in this relationship. We have card number 31. Now when it says source and stability here, card number 31 is a 4. It does feel like for some of you, you could be in a karmic relationship where that person's not really putting in a whole lot for you, but you think that they are because you bring everything. And you think because you bring everything, because you pour onto them, because you are the best part of the relationship, that you pour it onto them and you kind of make them out to be better than they are, I want to say. Time to check in with your source. We have reproach and we have happiness. Those are very different energies. So it feels almost like you could end up in an energy of, I'm going to say in an energy of sort of being upset with this person when the relationship does end because you're the one bringing everything. I want to say you're the one that's doing most of the reciprocal energy, that this person might not be giving you a lot and you're putting in a whole bunch. You're the one who's pouring on this person. So I feel like the reproach and the happiness tells me that you might end up being upset with this person in the end when it does come to an end, because karmic relationships are for that. They're for lessons and nothing else. So the reproach, I think, is, what is the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I think you're going to end up being angry or upset with this person once they do pull out of this relationship, or maybe you will. Maybe you'll realize it's karmic and you'll pull out. Take it as it resonates. Tell me more, please, about the singles. We have humor. So, choose to focus on the lighter side of life. And so, I feel like I am speaking to somebody who kind of covers it all up with humor. Like you're not, excuse me, you're not really taking it seriously. And I don't mean you're not taking the relationship seriously. I mean that you choose to see things with a silver lining. And that can be a good thing, absolutely. But it can also be a little bit scary if you're not really seeing the situation for what it is. And I think that's why I said at the beginning, you must use your intuition to watch these readings, because there are people who feel like every time I read it's for them. And I know that it can't be for them every time. And certain people I do connect with because I do private readings. But the thing is that I feel like you are somebody who kind of sees things, sees a silver lining all the time. Or you'll kind of, when somebody says something rude or inconsiderate, you'll kind of, smooth it over with a little bit of humor. Oh, they didn't really mean that. I feel like reproach came up at the bottom of the deck because I feel like you're going to realize that this person was really serious in the way they were talking to you. You're going to come to a sort of realization that they're really not giving you anything, that it's you that was bringing a lot of the beautiful things to the relationship, and so you thought that the relationship was beautiful. Look, a lot of people marry a karmic and are happy for the rest of their lives. I'm just saying, like, it's not like people seem to look at it as a hierarchy, like they look at it as karmic and then soulmate and then twin flame and then whatever is above that. But it's not about that. You must get your karmic lessons before you move forward to any soulmate or any any deep connection. You have to learn the lessons first. So I feel like somebody here is either about to get into a karmic relationship, or you might be there right now. Maybe it feels like it's not a karmic relationship. We never really know that until it comes to an end, right? And it could be a really tough relationship that somebody keeps smoothing it over with humor. Oh no, that's not what she really meant. That's not what he really meant. Tell me about karmic relationship, please. We do have justice. Somebody's getting justice. Somebody's about to realize, I feel like somebody here has had a blindfold on. And as long as it feels like it's in balance, I'm not really going to look at it. I'm not going to see the situation for what it is. If it feels in balance, I'm going to allow it. And so justice is here. This Libra energy. And the thing, every sign has two sides to them, right? The positive and maybe a little bit of stuff that causes strife in our life. And I feel like with Libra, it's that everything is in balance, and it's really beautiful. When you're dealing with a Libra, it's really beautiful that energy when they're healed is really a beautiful balanced energy. But also with Libra, they will ignore or put the blindfold on, ignore everything else that's going on in order to maintain balance. And that's where this comes in. So it feels like that there could be somebody here who is in a karmic relationship who feels like it's balanced and feels like they've ripped off the label and stuck it on their friend's head and said, this is my soulmate. And it doesn't mean that this karmic relationship has to end. A lot of people stay married to a karmic for their whole life and are happy, happy, happy. So we do have source. I really feel like you are the source of the happiness in this relationship, if you're in one. For those of you who aren't in one, you could be entering into a relationship. Maybe you just met someone who's karmic. But I feel like the source is coming to an end. I feel like you have a realization. You need to be in balance, and you have a realization. You transform your thought pattern here. We've got swords, right? Swords are about the mind, about things that are going on up in the head. And I feel like somebody is about to see the truth of something, because that's what justice is when it's here. And something, because you see the truth of it, something is going to end. I feel like what's transforming is somebody is realizing that they are the source of happiness for this relationship. That maybe the other person, when you take off that blindfold, you might see that the other person is not putting in as much as you are. And there are people who cover everything up with humor. Nervous laughter, cover everything up with humor. They tend to ignore things going on in the relationship because they would rather cover it up with humor than be alone. Tell me about humor. We do have the Empress. Okay, so either one of you is the Empress, or somebody is dating the Empress possibly. But I think really what it's about is abundance. I don't know that this is a particular person. It could be. It's Libra energy along with Taurus, right? We got Scorpio and Libra here. So we do have the Empress energy. And the Empress energy is really balanced. So I want to say that if you are the person who is the source of the happiness in this karmic relationship, you are the overgiver. I want to say you don't have to be Taurus or Libra. The Empress is all of the queens. It could be any sign. And this is feminine leaning energy. Of course, she has masculine energy, but it is feminine leaning. And so it's really hard not to be the Empress. When you're the Empress, it's hard not to be. You can't, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's really hard not to be the Empress. So I feel like you continue to do your thing. You make a beautiful home. You might be in a relationship where you're dating someone and treating them like your husband, or treating them like your wife, or treating them like a girlfriend. But that's not what's going on. It's like you keep giving and pouring on to them, and they're really not giving you a whole lot back. Tell me more about this here. Tell me about what's about to go on in the future here. You even may be living with this person, or maybe this person wants to take the relationship to the next level. Let's move in together. Of course, they've got the Empress. We do have the Eight of Pentacles. So you work really hard on making a beautiful home. I think if I'm speaking with you, you're the person who, and I don't think you're spending gobs of money on it, but it feels like you're the person who can make something out of nothing. That's what the Empress is, right? Can make something out of nothing. Can take a few cells and make a human. Can take can take an empty space and make it a home. I feel like you work really hard on your home, or you work really hard on the money that brings you the home space. We do have the Wheel of Fortune. For those of you who are who are dealing with this energy of the Eight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like whatever it is that you do, I want to just flip it for a second and talk about your finances and your 3D world. Because to me, the Eight of Pentacles is not only working on yourself, but it also is being the subject matter expert. Now, you could be the subject matter expert of homes. Maybe you're a realtor. Maybe the person you live with or are dating is a realtor, or the person that you're about to meet. But it does feel like you are the subject matter expert on something, and it's about to go really good for you. You're about to make a lot of money, doing whatever it is that you do the best. And we do have a change in your finances. For some of you, you might be buying a house. Now, this changing energy is positive changes, right? Could be dealing with Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. You could be one of those signs or have them in your chart. But we do have what's moving forward in a fortunate way is the Eight of Pentacles. You're about to get everything that you need. You're about to find the best job ever. For some of you, your money's going to explode, and then you're going to be able to buy a house. So if you are the Empress, that's good news for you, right? Yep, something exciting coming here. See, there it is, y'all. Look. It looks like somebody's not contributing as much as they could, and somebody's contributing everything. It's like you, collective, bring all the romance. You're the romantic one. You buy all the stuff. You take the person out. You buy them things. You love on them. You cuddle them. You snuggle them. And this person is kind of not really putting in as much as they could. And I don't think that's for any terrible reason. I don't think they're a bad person. It feels like they can't give it. It feels like this person is exhausted or depleted, or they're not listening to their gut. This is someone who's not used to giving compassion. They're used to getting it, but they're not used to giving it. So it feels like this is a really exciting time, or you're excited about this connection here, excited to move this person into your house. And I feel like this tells me that when you do get there, when you get to that point, that's when you realize you've been covering everything up with humor. Because there's no way that you're not going to know somebody as soon as you get them in your home and you live with them day to day. Tell me about the Justice, please. Tell me about this karmic relationship and justice. What's going on here for the singles, please? Singles Collective. We do have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy here now. We do have the Page of Wands. Excuse me. The Page of Wands and Justice. It's almost like somebody has an aha moment. The truth comes out and we have to talk about it. It's like it surprises you. It comes really quickly. You don't see it coming. And I feel like that there is somebody that you get into a relationship with. It feels like you jump into a relationship with someone with the Page of Wands. We've got the Eight of Cups. For some of you, it's a rebound. I feel like with the Page of Wands and the Eight of Cups, it tells me that somebody has walked away, and then the next person that comes along is the person that we're trying to get together with to maybe mend our heart. We do have a Ten of Cups, so immediately you see the potential in this person and the potential to be very happy. Now, I'm just going to say, this energy here kind of gives me love bombing energy, so be careful with that. The Eight of Cups is like somebody who's emotionally detached, but is kind of making you, how can I say, love bombing you, making you feel like it's all right, but they are kind of emotionally detached here. It could be because there's a big age difference or somebody is quite immature for their age, but it does seem like it's a fiery, passionate connection, and that it does start off in fire. It starts off with flirting, and we're not going to plan it. This person shows up. It's like a whirlwind romance, and it feels like this person is quite detached in their emotional energy. But it feels like whoever has found this person feels like they've got justice. Everything seems balanced. Now I'm dating someone who really, really loves me and always wants to touch me and hold my hand and give me reciprocity and all of that. But it does feel sort of with that Page of Wands here is telling me it could be a love bombing thing. And if you don't know what that is, I suggest that you look it up online just to get a definition if you don't know what it is. Tell me about the Death card, please. And Source. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Two of Swords. Wow, more swords. We have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, see, it's off. It's a little bit off, right? The Six of Pentacles is, look, everybody is asking you. It's like you end up being the source of everything. You end up being the source of money, the source of work. You end up being the source of, carrying whoever through financial things. I want to say that the Four and the The 4 and the 2 of Swords, at this point with the Death card, it makes me feel like you realize at some point that you are the source of everything. You are the person who does the cooking, the cleaning, you make the money. This other person, I don't feel like they're not doing anything, but I feel like they're doing the absolute minimum, and not because they don't want to, not because you're not worth it. That's not why. It's because they don't know how to. Not everybody is raised the same, right? So I want to say that with the 4 of Swords here, that there is healing, but then you're like, wait, you put on the brakes. Maybe I am the source of everything. Why did they quit their job? Like, it feels like somebody in the midst of all of it, in the middle of all of it, it's like, wait a second, I am the source of everything. I am the one that's bringing the stability here, the 3 and the 1 that's 4. We've got 6 and 4 is 10, right? It's like you are bringing all the finances, all the money. You're bringing all the abundance here. And when people say to you, like, did your person just quit their job? Like, are you the one holding down the household now? And you're like, don't worry about it. Like, he has something else set up or she has something else set up. Don't worry about it. We got it covered, like you're like, this is an abundant, good relationship, but it's because you're the one who is all the queens in the upright, right? You're not the queen in reverse. You're the queens in the upright, and you've got it handled. I feel like you've got it handled. You don't really need anybody. You just kind of want someone else there to hold your hand and give you love. And this is part of you making a happy home, is having another person in your life here. Tell me about the Empress and humor. It says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. We have the 5 of Swords, but I feel like it comes to arguments and fighting. And I feel like when you finally move this person into your home, or you spend more time with them, you start noticing that it's okay to not agree with each other, right? It's always okay to have your own opinions. But at some point, if you're going to be in a relationship, you have to have some ideas that are kind of coinciding with others. We have to be able to live in balance with each other, and maybe you're a different religion and they're spiritual or something like that. But when it comes to arguments and fighting, and we can't come to a place where we agree on anything, that's when I feel it starts to go into a place where you realize that this is a karmic relationship. And look, karmic relationships are necessary. They're necessary for our learning. You can't sidestep the Tower. And that's, everybody wants to know, who's the soulmate? Well, it doesn't really matter, because the soulmate can also be unhealed. You know what I mean? Like, you really got to navigate with your gut. And that's what the Empress is trying to do here, I feel. Tell me about the 5 of Swords. We have the 6 of Wands in the reverse. Interesting. No victory. No victory. It's like, this is victory after the fight when it's in the upright. When it's in the reverse, it's like this person stops paying attention to you. They stop holding your hand. They stop love bombing you. It's like the 6 of Wands in the reverse is, you're not getting any more attention. Nobody's cheering you on. You've become the workhorse. You're the one who's trying to make it all work. And this other person is doing a whole lot of nothing. It's like they've thrown down their swords and they're like, at any cost, I'm just going to let the Empress do what the Empress does. And then we have the 8 of Wands, and you know that you have to have a conversation about it. You got to talk about it. I really do feel that for some of you, you're going to carry on with this relationship because, you shouldn't run your life based on general readings. And I feel like you're going to carry on with this relationship, and you're going to figure out that this person is not someone who falls in love. They aren't someone who really shows their feelings on the surface. They aren't someone who's really very in touch with their feelings. They like the romance, but I think you're the one that brings the romance. So it feels as though you have this big opportunity coming up here to either buy a home, or there's something at work that's going off that's really great. You might get a promotion. You might get a different job. It's going to pay a lot more. Your pentacles are great. You're really working hard on yourself. And I feel like this other person just doesn't match your energy, is what I'm saying. So be aware of that. So we do have water energy here, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. We have Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus as well. We do have more Scorpio energy, Libra, and Taurus here. Bottom of the deck, yeah, you need to be the student, my friend. You need to kind of see what's going on. I want to say with the Page of Swords showing up, it's like you need to step back and just watch, observe, figure out what's going on. It's time to maybe not say anything, but maybe just observe it, right? To see what it is that can we fix this? I think for some of you that you are maybe with a soulmate. It says karmic relationship here, but understand that we can get ourselves into relationships with soulmates, people. And what does that mean? That means that person has a soul tie with you. It means that they've been with you lifetime after lifetime, or you've known them since the beginning of this life. And so they could definitely be a soulmate. But if they're someone who is not healed or who chooses to learn or chooses not to learn, then that's where the trouble comes in. We have the Magician. It's like you're the all-powerful Oz. I want to say, you're the all-powerful Oz. You have everything. You're doing it all. And this person, I don't think, is someone who realizes, because this is the realization. Someone here has a child's realization of what a soulmate relationship is. So it feels like it's something maybe that you are carrying, that you're hoping for. I think that once you have a conversation with this person and things start to move quick and you start to move in, you start to realize that the excitement and the fun you were having is because you're bringing it all. This is your Wheel of Fortune. This is your 8 Pentacles. This is your 4 of Wands. And this person's just in on it for the fun. Oh, look, and the Magician comes up in the upside down, and it is because I was holding this deck upside down. But please understand that things happen in a reading for a reason, and for some of you, it would be a little bit of manipulation. I'm just saying, because when words don't match actions, that's manipulation. No one wants to hear it, but that's what it is. I'm going to go for now. Thank you for watching here. I'm sorry, I hope it didn't feel too negative, but I just got to read the cards as they are and the energies that they are. I hope you are well. Thank you for watching this. I'm going to go for now. Love you guys. Bye-bye.